service pros. Stop competing price. Start dominating value. This is the Pool Profit Pros podcast, your personal roadmap to $1 million money model for your pool business. The Pool Profit Pros podcast is a production of Pro Tough Products, a premium pool pro solutions provider since 2014. Let's face it, every pool service company has problems. Let's generate effective solutions together.
Welcome back, everyone. We are moving into really one of the most crucial parts of your pricing strategy today.
Absolutely. We spent a lot of time building up that premium offer, stacking value, mastering the upsell, all that good stuff.
Right. Maximizing every client interaction. But there's this moment, and every business owner knows it.
Oh, yeah. Even with the absolute best offer, sometimes a potential client just looks at the price, pauses, and then says,
that's just too high for me right now.
Exactly. And that's where things can go sideways fast if you're not prepared.
It really can. For most pool pros, that feels like hitting a brick wall. They might panic, maybe drop the price.
Undoing all that hard work, establishing themselves as premium, right? They become a commodity again in an instant.
Precisely. So our mission today is to break down the framework that turns that inevitable no into a yes or at least a maybe without just slashing your price.
We were talking about the strategic downsell. And the key thing really is that this isn't some desperate last-minute move. It's an intentional, pre-planned part of your whole money model. It's your plan B, essential for protecting profits and your brand.
All right, let's nail down the core idea right here. For our listeners building that premium business, what's the absolute number one rule when someone balks at the price?
You never, ever negotiate the price of that original premium offer just because they asked. Period.
Never.
That price reflects the full value you built, the guarantees, everything. Dropping it just says, yeah, maybe that value wasn't real.
So downselling isn't discounting.
Exactly. It's about finding the right fit for the customer.
Yeah.
You do that by changing what they get or when they pay, not by making your premium service suddenly cheaper.
I like that distinction. It changes the whole dynamic, doesn't it? It's not you versus them in a negotiation.
Right. It becomes collaborative. You're guiding them, helping them find a solution that works for their situation right now.
Makes sense. Okay, let's dig into why downsells are even necessary. We spent time on good, better, best packages in episode 13. Doesn't that cover different budgets?
It does. And that tiered structure is vital for anchoring value and guiding that first choice. But sometimes
even the good option is still too much of a stretch.
Exactly. For some leads, even that entry-level package is more than they can or want to spend at that moment. Without a planned downsell, you just lose them.
They walk away, probably find someone cheaper, maybe less reliable.
And you get nothing. So if that initial no comes after presenting your packages, the goal isn't just save the sale at any cost.
It's about smoothly transitioning to a pre-approved, maybe less feature-rich alternative.
Precisely. It avoids that awkward, fumbling moment where you feel pressure to just make something up. You stay in control.
You maintain that helpful guide position we talked about.
Absolutely. You pivot. You might say something like, okay, I understand the premium tier might be a bit much right now. Let's look at a couple of adjustments we can make to get you started with us. Still getting great results, just maybe with fewer bells and whistles.
That sounds collaborative, not desperate.
That's the strategic difference. And those adjustments, like we said, fall into just two categories.
Adjusting what they get or adjusting when they pay. Let's tackle the what first feature downselling.
Okay. Feature downselling is pretty straightforward in concept. You lower the price, yes, but you do it by carefully removing specific elements from the package.
So the price goes down, but the value proposition also changes proportionally.
Exactly. This keeps that original premium price point anchored as the benchmark for full value.
So we're essentially peeling layers off the onion, taking components away from the original package. For a pool pro, what features are safe to remove? Things that won't compromise the core service quality.
Great question. The best ones are features that cost you, the pro, relatively little in terms of effort or hard cost, but have a really high perceived value to the customer.
Okay, interesting. Give us the list. Where do we start peeling?
Number 1, guarantees and insurance. Remember that crystal clear commitment we discussed back in episode 2? That super strong guarantee.
Yeah, the we fix it immediately or next week's service is free kind of thing. High impact.
Very high impact. That's a premium feature. So the downsell option could simply be removing that specific level of premium assurance.
Wait, hold on. Removing our signature guarantee, doesn't that kind of undermine the whole premium brand thing we've been building? How do you do that without making it seem like your standard service isn't reliable?
That's a really critical point. And the nuance matters here. You're not removing all guarantees or promises of quality work.
Okay.
You're removing the absolute top tier, the most immediate, no-hassle, premium risk reversal policy. When you offer the downsell without it, you're making the client actively choose.
Choose between a higher price with total peace of mind or a lower price with, well, slightly less certainty.
Exactly. They have to consciously trade that premium assurance for the lower rate. And when they choose the downsell price, they're implicitly agreeing that the guarantee you removed was worth the extra money.
Ah, I see. It actually clarifies the value of the guarantee itself. Okay, that's clever.
Want help putting these strategies into practice? We've got some great free resources to help you get moving in the right direction and speed your path to success. Check out the show notes for a link to all of our support resources.
What's next on the peeling list?
Number 2, speed and priority. Time is valuable, right? For you and for them.
Definitely.
Your premium package probably includes things like priority scheduling for service calls, maybe faster response times for emergency issues, perhaps even a guaranteed 24-hour window.
Right.
For the downsell price, they accept standard scheduling and standard response times. If they have a problem, maybe they wait a few hours for a callback instead of 30 minutes. Or they get slotted into the next available routine spot, not an emergency visit tomorrow.
So you're essentially trading speed for savings. If they agree to wait a bit longer, you gain some operational flexibility and you pass that cost saving along to them.
Precisely. Transparently.
Okay.
Number 3, communication and support channels.
How does that work?
Higher touch interactions cost more time and money. Your premium package might include, say, unlimited direct phone calls, personalized weekly email reports, maybe even direct text access to you or a senior tech.
Got it. High availability.
The downsell removes some of that. They still get excellent service, but communication might default to a structured channel, like a dedicated email portal or maybe an in-app chat. Still high quality, just lower cost for you to manage.
So if they absolutely want to pick up the phone and talk to a specific person right now, they pay the premium.
But if they're okay submitting a request via email or chat and waiting a reasonable time for a response, they can get the downsell price. Makes sense, right?
Yeah, it does. Any others?
One more key one, provider qualification. This works really well if you have multiple techs or team members.
Okay.
Your premium service might guarantee that the owner or your most experienced senior technician handles their specific pool. They command a higher internal cost for you, right?
Sure.
The downsell option might mean their service is performed by a newer but still fully trained and qualified team member. You save a bit on labor allocation, they save money on the service.
Okay, so summing up feature downselling. Every time the price drops, the client is making a clear trade-off. They're giving up a bit of certainty or speed or direct access or maybe the level of seniority servicing them.
Exactly. It's a genuine exchange of value, which is critical for protecting the perceived worth of your original premium offer.
Right. Now, let me pivot to that second category you mentioned. Adjusting when they pay. Payment term downselling.
Yes. This is key when the objection isn't really about the value of the package they want, but more about cash flow. They might say, look, I see the value, I want the premium service, but I just can't swing that upfront cost right now.
So the problem isn't the total price tag, it's the liquidity needed today.
Precisely. So we adjust the payment terms, not the total price of the features that they've already agreed has value.
How do we do that strategically? We still need good cash flow in our own business.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
One common tactic is the down payment tweak. Let's say they balk at the initial deposit required for the package they chose. Instead of just lowering it randomly, you frame it as a team effort. You might say, totally understand. Let's look at adjusting the down payment structure so we can get you the lowest possible monthly payment you're comfortable with.
Ah, I see that. It shifts their focus. Instead of fixating on the big upfront number they can't pay, they start thinking about how much they can put down to get the best monthly rate.
Exactly. It leverages their desire for a lower monthly payment to encourage a larger down payment than they might have initially offered if you just asked, how much can you put down?
Clever psychology. What about optimizing our own cash flow within payment plans?
Okay, this is where it gets really interesting from an operational standpoint. If you offer payment plans, Think about the timing of those payments.
Like when during the month?
Yes, instead of just defaulting to standard monthly billing, consider aligning payments with when most people get paid. Often, that's biweekly.
Bi-weekly billing instead of monthly. Why is that better for the pool pro?
Well, think about it. Traditional monthly bills often hit near the end of the month when people's cash flow might be tightest.
Right before the next paycheck for many.
Exactly. But if people get paid biweekly, money is flowing into their accounts more often. By billing biweekly, maybe shortly after their payday, you're collecting when their perceived ability to pay is highest.
Okay. So fewer failed payments, less chasing money at the end of the month.
Precisely. It can significantly stabilize your own mid-month cash flow, reduce late or missed payments, and give you more predictable revenue throughout the month. It's often easier for the client to manage, too.
That sounds like a genuine win-win. Helping them budget while improving our cash flow stability. Love it. But
We still prefer getting paid in full upfront, if possible, right? Even after we've used a payment plan to secure the sale.
oh, absolutely. Cash is king. So you can actually structure the payment plan itself as a potential upsell later on.
Oh, so?
You secure the sale with the payment plan, getting them into your system. But then maybe every quarter or every 6 months, you can reach out with an offer. What kind of offer?
Offer them the original paid-in-full discount they initially missed out on. Say something like, hey, if you'd like to pay off the remaining balance now, we can apply that original XX% discount retroactively.
Ah, so you give them an incentive to clear the balance early.
Exactly. You get an immediate cash injection, closing out the payment plan early. They feel smart because they snagged a discount they thought they'd lost.
That really closes the loop, turning that initial cash flow objection potentially into quicker cash for us down the road. Brilliant.
So, to wrap it all up, mastering the downsell really is this strategic art. You're capturing clients you'd otherwise lose, but you're doing it smartly.
By adjusting features or payment terms, not just discounting, protecting that premium price anchor and keeping the brand's integrity intact.
Right. And with this piece in place, we've really built a powerful front-end money model now across these episodes.
Yeah, we've covered creating high-value offers, stacking them up for effective upselling, and now strategically catching those no's with well-designed downsells. The business should be more profitable, the brand is protected.
And you're maximizing the potential revenue from every single lead that comes your way. But the real long-term wealth, the truly unbeatable business.
Doesn't just come from maximizing single transactions, right?
Right. It comes from maximizing the lifetime value of that customer relationship, building loyalty and recurring revenue streams.
Which sets us up perfectly for next time. We're moving into what many consider the holy grail, building a true continuity offer.
Going beyond just the basic monthly cleaning service to create enhanced sticky subscription models that dramatically boost customer lifetime value, or CLTV.
Can't wait for that. But for now, here's your action item from today's discussion. Take a hard look at your top-tier service package.
Identify one single feature, maybe related to certainty or speed or access, that has high perceived value but is relatively easy for you to remove.
What could you strip out to create a legitimate, lower-priced downsell option? One that makes financial sense but doesn't cheapen your core service.
Start designing that strategic plan B right now. Think it through.
We'll be back next time to dive into making that recurring revenue really stick. See you then.